All right, Mr. Cavazos, you're charged with failure to stop and give information, which is a Class B misdemeanor. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you a 6-month deferred. Deferred is a type of probation that if you complete it successfully, you do not end up with a conviction on your record. This is really important.
Notice how the judge breaks this down. It's not just about punishment. It's about protection. A deferred adjudication is essentially a second chance wrapped in legal caution tape. If the defendant stays clean and follows the rules, there's no conviction. But one misstep, a missed payment, a failed drug test, or any violation, and it all collapses. Judges appreciate responsibility, yet they have zero tolerance for slip-ups.
Because, with these types of cases, if you plead guilty to it, they can turn around and sue you and use that against you.
Yes, sir.
And could cost you a pretty penny. Do you understand?
How does it get removed?
We'll talk about that.
So first, assuming you complete it successfully, you may be able to have it sealed. Okay? But first things first is you got to complete it successfully. If you fail to complete it successfully, you pick up a new case, you test positive for dope or alcohol, or you don't pay what you're supposed to, we're going to issue a warrant for your arrest. I'm going to put you in jail, and we're only going to talk about if you violated it or not. If you do, you're looking at up to 180 days in jail. Do you understand?
Right.
I'll make you a deal. If you do well in half the time, you're nice to everybody, get all your classes done, you pay restitution, I'll take you off in half the time. You could be done in 3 months. That's no time. Get everything done quick and be nice. Pay the restitution and you're out.
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I will not find you guilty. I will withhold that for 6 months. So all you have to do is the restitution to a Miss Duran, an effective decision-making class, 12 hours of community service, no threatening, harassing, abusive contact with a Mr. Barrett. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Is this how you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. We wish you the best of luck. All right. Get it done. Good morning, Mr. Washington. Where have you been?
Scheduled, that's why.
You thought it was what?
Scheduled, I got a text message that it was rescheduled somehow, but I guess it wasn't.
We give you a reset that tells you when to be here.
Yeah, November 11th, but then some on my phone it said the 21st or something like that, so it's just a miscommunication.
What am I supposed to do about that?
Those are my intentions. Thought it was today, that's why I came today.
Mr. Washington, I will give you a get out of jail free card today. It's not going to happen again. If the next time you don't come back, I will put you in jail and I'm not giving you another chance. Do you understand? I'm sending you now for a drug test because I want to know what, if anything, is in your system. You ever blow us off again, that's it. You will stay with me in custody. Do you understand? Take a seat for me. Tristan Johnson?
Sir.
Mr. Johnson, you're charged with possession of marijuana. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On November 14th, 2024, the officer conducted a traffic stop after observing the motor vehicle have a defective front left headlamp. The motor vehicle came to a complete stop and the passenger immediately exited the motor vehicle. The officer remained with the motor vehicle and made contact with the defendant, the driver. The defendant had an odor of marijuana emitting from his person and a narcotic search was conducted. The officer observed a white in color packaging pulled from the right side of pants that appeared to be packaged marijuana. The substance was identified as marijuana based on training experience with a weight of 1.12 grams.
Did you say he was the driver? He was
the driver. The passenger fled the vehicle.
Okay. All right, Mr. Johnson, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Do you have a valid Texas driver license?
Yes. No, sir.
You're not allowed to drive. I'm making that a condition of your bond. If I find that you drive, and I don't care what your reason is, I can have a contempt hearing. You're facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. You will be signing an affidavit with me today, which is a promise that you're not going to drive.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I don't care if there's a burning building and you have to go save people. Do not drive.
Yes, sir.
How old are you?
I'm 18 years old.
What do you do for a living?
I work with my mom.
Did you graduate from high school?
Yes, sir.
Good. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to smoke marijuana.
Yes, sir.
I will test you 40 to 45 days from today. If you continue to smoke marijuana, likewise, I will put you in jail.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If you stop as of today, the next time you come here and we test you, you should be negative.
Yes, sir.
I don't care if you're in the car and everybody else is smoking or what. No excuses.
Yes, sir.
You want to apply for an appointed lawyer?
No, sir. No, sir.
You don't want a court-appointed lawyer?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. My bad. I didn't get the question.
So tell me what you're doing with yourself. Are you working?
Yes, sir.
What are you doing?
I'm helping my mom, like, with the flowers in the yard and stuff like that. Just like
Not
stuff.
a real job, dude. I mean, a real job where you work 9 to 5.
I go to school, welding school.
Are you actually enrolled in school?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to provide you with a lawyer today. I want to see that you're actually enrolled in school. If you
Yes, sir.
are, that's fantastic. That's
Yes, sir.
great.
Yes, sir.
Show it to me, though. I want to see that you're actually enrolled, and then that's absolutely wonderful. You're going to
Yes, sir.
kill it as a welder.
Yes, sir.
But if you're smoking weed, they're going to drug test you
I know.
when you try to get a job. And
Yes, sir.
if you test positive, you're never going to get a job. You got to stop.
Yes, sir.
And it's going to stop right now.
Yes,
You
sir.
understand?
Yes, sir.
Well, did you want no alcohol as well?
Correct.
I don't drink.
As of today, you don't smoke either. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If you want to drive, go get a license, get insurance, show me that you have both, and I will take this off. But I'm telling you, if I find that you drive, there's going to be HE double hockey sticks to pay. Do you understand?
Sure.
Okay. I'm going to have you sign, I'm going to have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. I'm going to get you to Victoria Center reset, and then I'll have you take a seat in the jury box while we find your lawyer.
All right, Judge, next is page 19.
Okay.
Perez, come on up.
You said Perez? Are you Jose Perez?
Yes.
Mr. Perez, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. It's elevated to a Class A misdemeanor because of the high blow. You were facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
Yes, Judge. On November 14th, 2024, the officer observed the defendant's motor vehicle driving through an apartment complex at a high rate of speed, exit the parking lot, turn onto a public roadway, and squeal their tires in violation of a Pasadena city ordinance. Upon running the defendant's plates, he observed the vehicle to have expired insurance and expired registration. The officer observed the defendant continue to travel at a high rate of speed, make a U-turn without using a turn signal, and squeal his tires again.
Is this in a parking lot?
He exited the apartment complex and onto the public road, and a traffic stop was conducted. Upon contact with the defendant, the officer observed red, watery eyes, and an odor of an alcoholic beverage. The defendant admitted to drinking and trying to elude the officer on the roadway. Standard field sobriety has been conducted. HGN 6 out of 6, walking turn 7 out of 8, one leg stand 3 out of 4. The officer observed an open container halfway filled and cold to the touch.
Drinking while driving?
Yes, and DIC was red, and the defendant consented to breath. Results were .152 and .153.
Tell me, Mr. Perez,
Dígame, señor Pérez.
are you in this country? Are you a United States citizen?
No.
Are you in this country with or without permission?
Sin permiso. Without permission.
What happens if you go to jail?
Si usted va a la cárcel. My family will be without help.
What else?
No sé.
I don't know. My family depends on me.
Are you in this country with or without permission?
Con o sin permiso.
Sin permiso.
Without permission.
What happens if you go to jail, Mr. Perez?
Estoy a la cárcel, señor Pérez.
I want you to think.
Quiero que usted piense.
Pues es que me va a ir mal con mi familia. So, puedo perder. Tengo mucho que perder realmente.
Well, again, with my family, I have a lot to lose.
Mr. Perez, you are not in this country with permission.
Está aquí.
If you go to jail and immigration finds you in the jail, they will put a detainer on you and you will be stuck in custody until this case is over with. And then you will be shipped off to immigration. The fact that you have an open container.
Whoa, that was intense. The judge just warned Mr. Perez that even a few hours in jail could trigger an immigration flag. And once IC steps in, it's game over. It's one of those heartbreaking moments where law and life collide. The court is trying to maintain order, yet you can feel the desperation in the room. The real question is whether the justice system should consider immigration status when setting conditions or treat everyone the same under the law.
In the car makes it a minimum of 5 days in jail to any sentence that you get. And I can tell you now, if you spend any more than 6 hours in custody, immigration will find you and they will put a detainer on you. I am putting conditions on your bond now. And if I find that you violate these conditions, I will put you in jail so fast, your head is going to go as fast as the tires on your car. It'll spin that fast. Do you understand? You are not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I am also ordering you not to drive. I don't care what's going on in your life. You will be signing a promise with me today that you're not going to drive. If I find that you drive, I can have a contempt hearing. You can be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. Do you understand? What did I just say?
I can't drive if I'm found driving or drinking or consuming drugs. I will have to return to court and pay a fine of $500.
You will go to jail.
A la cárcel.
You will go to jail.
A la cárcel.
Any prior DWIs, Alex?
No, Your Honor.
No sé si-
I'm going to have you come up here,
para
swear to us that you're not going to drive.
jurar de que no.
I will have you go to Victoria, sign a reset.
Victoria para firmar el cambio.
After that, you will get with Felicia for your bond conditions. Mr. Perez, heed this warning.
Just
You will not get another one. And I would hope that you recognize it's elementary that you're not supposed to have alcohol in the car while you are driving.
tiene que tener consumir alcohol.
We're going to reset your case. When you come back, please have a lawyer, sir. That way. Are you Myra Herrera? Ms. Herrera, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 180 days in jail to be probated for 12 months. As part of the probation, you will do a DWI repeat offender DWI education class. You will do 2 victim impact panels, a TRAS, which is an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need. If they assess other conditions, you must fulfill them. guardian interlock, no breath test refusal, meaning that if you are pulled over in a car and you're asked to submit a breath test, you must submit one. If you don't, then you're in violation of this probation. No drugs, no alcohol, guardian interlock, and 60 hours of community service. Is this how you understand the agreement? You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you can never change this or undo this. You know, your record, it's not pretty. And I'm going to tell you, if you were ever in a car, you get pulled over, the first thing an officer does is they're going to look at your record. Even if you have the faintest smell of alcohol, what do you think they're going to do to you? Right. I would never, even if you've had a sip of alcohol, a sip of wine, I wouldn't get into a car because you're begging for trouble. What we're doing now, this DWI will go on your record, and from now on, you're facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. Do you understand? So that's what I'm saying. Even if you've had a sip of alcohol, don't even get in. You're begging for trouble. So there's an FSGI.
Order in the court.
Was there any restitution or anything?
I think we addressed that, the restitution on the DWI.
Yes, Judge.
What? Did she have car insurance at the time? Please tell me she did.
She did not, Judge. She did not.
So I spoke to the complainant. There is restitution in this case. I think we discussed it. He had insurance, but that was the deductible, was the restitution.
So, I mean, that's, how much was the restitution?
$1,500.
Is that a part of this as well?
Judge, I think I forgot, it just got left out of it.
Oh, yeah, I think that was just my mistake if I didn't put it. in.
Yeah, it needs to be on there, right?
Just had it, Judge.
Can I write it in?
And then I will do it.
Okay, who's the restitution to?
John Jensen, Your Honor.
Okay. I'm going to tell you now that I'm going to keep you on this probation until you pay restitution. It's not fair that someone else has to pony up money out of their pocket when, you know, they should be made whole. Do you understand? You know, there's also a matter of fines and fees that you're going to be required to pay for this thing too. You know, there's a surcharge that you're going to be required to pay. It's a $3,000 surcharge. We'll give you 2 years to pay it, but that's something that you're going to be required to pay as well. And you need to understand, if you don't pay it, you will go to jail. For every $100 you owe, you will sit 1 day in jail. Do you understand? So we take it extremely serious. You've already had this exact same situation dismissed a year and a half ago, and now we're here back again. It's time that we get your attention, and I hope that this is it. You know, lucky that there was nothing worse that's happened. How do you plead to the office, man? Guilty or not guilty? I will find you guilty. I will follow the agreement. I'm going to write it in. You're okay with that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, just in case. And then, all right, ma'am. So, do you have, what does she have now?
Just portable, Judge.
Okay. Are you driving? Okay. Do you have a Texas driver license?
Yes.
What happened with the ALR suspension? Do you remember?
I think it was dismissed. I'm sure it was dismissed, but I'm not on.
Alex, do you mind looking real quick? It's better that you know now what's going on with your license. If you're going to drive, do not drive unless you have insurance.
I have insurance.
Make sure that you have, because if you don't, then it could really, I mean, it could cost you a very, very, just a huge amount.
Your Honor, I see the ALR suspension lifted as of November 22nd. However, I see a subsequent SR suspension that is not lifted.
Okay, so her license is suspended now. You can't drive, ma'am. I'm making that a condition until you get your license back.
There's not enough. She attempted to.
She did it herself or
Addition to
something?
DPS.
Johnson?
Happened where.
To a third party because I was never reached.
She was trying to resolve the license issue through paying restitution, and someone wouldn't agree to it, because she didn't have insurance.
Okay.
So DPS got involved in terms of paying restitution, but someone wouldn't agree to it.
Really?
Yeah, she was
Yeah, I
actively
did.
trying to do it.
Don't drive. Your license is not, it's suspended at this point. You need to just get a hold of DPS to find out what you need to do to get your license. If you drove here today, you cannot drive home. Don't
Right.
drive. You're in violation. If you drive, you're in violation of the probation. If you violate this probation, I will issue a warrant. I'm going to put you in jail. And you're looking at 180 days. So be careful. You understand that?
Lifted now that she has a court order to pay restitution.
Hope, I don't know, but don't just start driving. You need to call them. This is the number to the driver's license division. Should already in my hand. That's the number to the driver's license division. You need to call them before you just start driving to verify, because if you just start driving on a suspended license, you're in violation. When you call them, call at 7 a.m. Don't call it any other time, otherwise you'll never get through. All right? Questions?
No, sir.
Okay, good luck.
Thanks, Judge.
Hi,
Acérquese aquí, por favor.
Deputy, can you stay with me, please?
Solo mire.
I am extremely upset with you, Mr. Escobar, Tobar. You have taken off on me over, over, and over, and over, and over again, repeatedly. For you to blame it on someone else is disingenuous and not true. This case is 550 days old, and you've taken off on me 4 different times. I think that have we reinstated the bond?
There's a bond.
Wow. This is the 4th time this guy has skipped court, and the judge has officially lost patience. You can hear in her tone, she's done playing nice. This is courtroom accountability in real time. Judges remember faces, mishearings, and broken promises, and every no-show chips away at credibility. So when she says, "You will now go to jail," it's not drama. It's the consequence finally catching up. What do you
That I believe, Judge, $10,003. The previous bond was 1,001, which we were asking, which he posted last
I
week.
absolutely appreciate your tenacity. I absolutely love you, but I have to hold him accountable. I can't let him go. And I know that you're signing on now for the first time. This is not my first rodeo with him. It's been over and over, and it would be me enabling him, telling him it's okay to do what he's doing by letting him go and reinstating his bond. 4 different times. You will now go to jail because of the repeated failure to comply with bond conditions. You think this is a joke? No. We hold people accountable. And when you repeatedly fail to show up to court, there are consequences. And you will now see that. Goes with you.
Judge,
Tell me.
would you allow him to post the bond and do a walkthrough if I get a bondsman here?
I've
They're
said-
on the way.
Well, okay,
They're on
I'm
the-
not letting him do a walkthrough. No, because it's the same thing. It's letting him go.
I understand, Judge, but he really truly did not know about yesterday's court date. He immediately called me as soon as he found out.
Steph, I appreciate it. But you got to understand, I have to hold him accountable. I mean, if you want, I'll give you a bond reduction, but no, it's now time to pay the piper.
Would you reduce it to what it was previously to 1,001? It was originally 100.
No, what I'll do is I'll do 5,003. Okay? Because it's now 10,003. It should be 10,004 actually, but I'll do 5,004 if you want. Okay? All right.
You would
Goes with you.
absolutely not. I mean,
It's
he
4
truly
times, it's
did-
550 days
even
old.
if I get the bail bonds to come and say
Yes.
he truly did not get the date.
I understand. No. Sorry, Steph.
Okay. I'll go and talk to him.
All right, so
And I'll get a recent date on it.
So here's the thing. He's going to auto-populate tomorrow. So we're going to end up seeing him here tomorrow. So you're welcome to Zoom on tomorrow. You're probably gonna end up posting bond now, so probably be out within the next, 4 or 5 hours. So, but I can't just let him go over and over and it's 500.
I understand, Judge. I don't know what happened before. He was telling me he didn't have a very good communication with the prior attorney 2 years ago or a year and a half ago. I don't know.
It's utter horse, you know what? Because we have literally reset him over and over, been working on a mitigation packet for nearly a year. So the thing is that, and I know that you're just now coming on to it, but we have quite a bit of history with him. It's over and over. We let him go over and over. And at some point I got to say what, so. All right.
Talk to him, Judge.
Thanks. Hey,
How are you, sir?
Downey.
Judge, I'm here on Brittany DeFrawi. She's not on docket, I don't think. When we spoke last, I had just gotten on the case. We had heard about her allegations of testing positive for methamphetamine, which was a concern to me. Since that time, and she's here, we have had an opportunity to dig into it a bit more. Ms. DeFrawi apparently was taking both Adderall and Vyvanse. It appears from what we can tell from the drug lab tests that we are seeing, they may well have been testing for the Vyvanse. Vyvanse.
I can't imagine that Vyvanse is going to make you test positive for methamphetamine.
It can. Apparently Vyvanse I've got the articles here. I'll be happy to share with you, but Vyvanse metabolizes down into a form called D-amphetamine, which it's, what is it? I'm going to mess it up, but it's D-amphetamine, which will test positive for methamphetamine. In fact, the same lab testing agency that Harris County is using is now involved in two federal lawsuits for testing people positive for methamphetamine, when in fact they are not. We're trying
to see that.
Yeah, where we're trying to untangle the kind of circumstance here. We've become aware of some other allegations involving a alcohol testing device in her car. And it's my understanding there are also some email chains between my client and her old probation officer about her reporting dates and her testing. And apparently this previous probation officer had some discussions with her about knowing that the Vyvanse would test positive on the UA test. We're trying to gather all those.
But there's still other violations? And is she continuing to test and make sure that she's not using alcohol or?
The last drug test I have is from October 31st. She also is obscuring the camera in her on her device. And I didn't.
Come up, Mr. Frawi.
Violations. I mean, any emails between the previous officer and your client.
And I'm sorry, you don't what?
See any emails between your client and the previous officer.
It's unacceptable if you're covering the device when you're supposed to be blowing into it.
She's not covering the device, Judge.
It's like obscured. It's looking at the camp, like you're looking at the sky. There's other people going into the device.
Oh, no. Oh.
If I may, Judge.
Oh.
What we're seeing, there's not a routine pattern of this. What we're seeing is that there are occasions, and Mr. Frawi can speak to this, she would go back in and get everything recalibrated whenever it was brought to her attention that she was not being captured on it. To be fair, there have been occasions when other people have driven the car and they necessarily must blow in it, but it is not a pattern behavior. It is very sporadic.
Yes. And then on top of all of this, Judge, she also is on probation and felony court, and it looks like they're gonna push a motion.
If I may, I've already spoken to felony court. They're not pushing the motion. They are waiting to resolve this issue. I went up there just now, and the judge up there is staffing it and is going to try to get to the bottom of this methamphetamine problem.
I'd like to send her for a drug and alcohol test now while she's here. And then we need to have a hearing with regard to the methamphetamine and the Vyvanse issue. and
I'm waiting on a letter from Jimmy Valentine, who is a nationally recognized toxicologist, about this issue. I think it's going to resolve everything, but I mean.
well, I appreciate the tenacity, but I'm going to have issues if you're trying to cover the camera. If you're trying to do things of this nature, I'm telling you now, I'm going to have a humongous problem with it. And don't care if you have Jesus here representing you, but if you were trying to be disingenuous by covering the camera, I'm telling you now, I'm going to have issues with it. Don't cover the camera. Don't have other people blow into it, because the idea is that if that car is moving and you're behind the wheel, you are supposed to be taking the breath test, not someone else, and then them allowing you to drive.
Nobody else is.
If I find that happens, I'm going to lose it. Do you understand?
Yes.
So, yeah, I'm going to send her for a test now. I want to set it for a hearing, perhaps in 2 weeks, so that I think we need to have an expert too. I mean, we need to figure out how we're going to have someone come testify on the issue as far as Vivan and I don't know. Let me reach out to my my staff and figure out how we're going to go forward. Let's do like 2 to 3 weeks. We'll set it for a hearing, a formal hearing. Have the probation officer ready, every allegation ready to go.
We would only ask, and we'll be happy to do that. We just asked for a list of what we're battling.
Yeah, of course. Is everything operational now as far as interlocks? Is she still reporting now?
Yes, sir. As far as I can tell, everything is still operational and she's reporting.
What is the cause number, Shatori, please?
That's here in misdemeanor. It is
394034.
Tell me.
She was supposed to come in to turn herself in and sign admitted conditions to go to the way. That's what she was here for.
That's right. Right.
And then
She's not on the dock.
Why is the felony court unhappy?
because they got the same case review we did and they requested a motion from what I saw, but I guess they went upstairs. They said something else.
Who's in the 184th? Who's that?
That's Cat Thomas, Judge.
Okay. All right, so let's set the hearing for 3 weeks. Okay, and then I'm gonna get with my staff to see how we're gonna go forward as far as
Understood.
the methamphetamine issue.
Yeah, we'll be happy to share everything we find about. We're still untangling it, but you know, I've been in a lot of these problems, and this one is giving me pause. It sounds like something where we may be going down the wrong path, so I want to bring it to your attention.
Don't test positive from now. And I'm telling you now, I'm going to drug test you like crazy, and I'm going to test you for alcohol like crazy. Do you understand?
Good.
Don't test positive, because it's really going to go sideways real quick. Okay. All right.
Understood.
Pick a day, 3 weeks, and then we'll set it for a hearing.
Yes, sir.
Formal hearing. Okay.
Do you want her to come back after the drug test?